Okay, so today's lecture is a live writing exercise. So again, live writing is the process by which I create an essay in real time. There. So that viewers will have strong insights on how I perform the process. So what I have here are two tasks. This one is a task one. These were submitted by the students. So it's a line graph there. And it's all about the population of turtles in India from 1980 to 2012. Okay. And then this is the task two. Young people are strongly influenced by fashion, such as clothing and hairstyle. Okay. Is it a positive or negative development? Okay. So as is the usual, wait, maybe what we should do is we should have a timer. Okay, let's time ourselves so that we will get an idea as to how fast can we complete the writing test. Okay, let's open that. There. So can you see the clock? You can see the clock?
Yes, Bob.
Okay. So there, it's now counting
Yes.
down. There. Woohoo! All right. So let's just minimize that. So let's pretend this is the computer delivered test and these are the tasks that we will be getting. But of course, in the computer delivered test, the question prompts are in half of the page. All right. So let's pretend that there is a division in the middle here. And then you have the question prompt on the left. And then, of course, your essay is going to be on the right. Okay. So normally, I always begin with task two. No. Normally, I always begin with task one. So the question now is, which would I advise for you to do first? So I guess the answer to that depends on your preference. Because some people would rather do task two first, realizing it's the weightier task. This is like 2/3 of your grade, man. Whoa, that's really heavy. That's why they do task two first. But some people like me, I would rather do task one first because um, it somehow gets me into a rhythm, a writing rhythm. But whichever one I do first, I will always make sure that my task one is only at 20 minutes. Okay, so the outline is here. So there. So clearly it's a messy graph, right? There are all sorts of up and downs. But what I would like you to do is to look at it from a greater holistic perspective, right? So don't get into the weeds, so to speak, right? Don't try to describe every single movement. So, all right. So, wait, I will insert a shape there. Okay, so there. So we now begin with a cluster. So there, I will certainly begin with that. There. And then like fill, no fill. There. Okay. So I'm not sure how you do it in the computer delivered if you are able to do that. Maybe we should ask that tomorrow. All right. And then of course what we now see is there is now uh, a, di- a divergence of trends. So from there, I'm going to first discuss about how the trends were quite similar for a period of time. There, that's my next cluster. So from what year is this? 1982 to 1984. All right. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is, of course, I'm gonna highlight the increase in the number of turtles for this one. There, so that's gonna be my next. So that's how big the cluster is there. So this is the leatherback turtles there. It's a big turtle, a heavy one. All right. And then as regards to these two, the green turtles and the all species, I see. Okay, so maybe I'm gonna cluster them both because more or less they have similar trends. And then of course, worrisome is the olive ridley turtles. What's happening, man? Okay, don't eat the turtles. Okay, so I'm gonna cluster that. That's how I will cluster it, guys. That's how it looks. So like every one of these circles represents like a sentence or two there. That's the cluster. And then, uh, wait, if you like go back to the lecture from last week, we talked about their nominalization there. So you gotta view that video. That's really critical for task one writing. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna look at the nominals. So like these figures here, nominals are nouns. So I'm gonna look at these figures here and I'm gonna be careful with these nominals. They are nouns. So 1980 equals index. What's this? 1980. Is that correct, Ellie? Equals 100. Is that correct? What does that mean? The graph below shows the population figures for different types. May dapat may S yan, of turtles in India. What does this mean? 1980 equals 100. All right. Okay, okay. Parang baseline, no? Baseline. So 100 turtles na yan. And then, of course, these are years. So, pero nominals muna sa turtles and then India. Wala namang trappers sa nominals. Just make sure to pluralize turtles. And then, tensing. So, clearly it's a time frame. So, everything is in the past. So, we just use the past perfect or the simple past or the past perfect tense. There. So, that depends now on which one you're going to talk about. Oh, this is a nominal trap. Did you see that, guys? All species there. So, be careful when you type all species. What you gotta do is you don't say all species. You say something like taking all the species into consideration, something like that, right? Okay. So we already have our outline. Okay, let's fix the formatting there. Okay. So the outline is composed of the cluster there, cluster, so as shown. And then nominal traps, all species there. And then tensing, we will use either the simple past or the past perfect tense. Okay. Remember, perfect tenses show actions or state over time. Over time. So it cannot be a point in time. No, it's movement over time. And then, of course, the overview is we will cite that leatherback turtles and greenback turtles. Leatherback and greenback. How do we spell greenback? Green turtles. Green turtles have shown there a healthy population range. And then, however, there olive ridley turtles. Olive ridley turtles had displayed a worrisome decline. There. All right, that's it. Those are the four attributes: cluster, nominal traps, tensing, and overview. That's how I do it, guys. And so it's now time to write the essay. So essay proper there. So the introduction is just a rephrase of this. There, graph below shows population figures for different types of turtles there. A long-term, multi-decade study was conducted in India Was it in India? They are in India. All right. To measure the population figures for various kinds of turtles. There, with the survey starting from 1980 and wait, let's say commencing instead. They're commencing from 1980 and mm, ending. What's another word for ending? Ending in 2012. What's another word? I'll go back to that, guys. I want to use more fancy words there. And then we are now going into the overview. There's the overview. Yeah. Overall, two species, the leatherback and green turtles, yeah, had displayed healthy figures over the 3-decade study. Comparing with the average of all turtles surveyed there. However, with the same baseline comparison, it is evident that, what's that? Olive Ridley turtles have shown a worrisome decline. There, all right. And then let's now begin in details. In 1980, all species began at a baseline of 100 turtles each. For the next, so if you noticed, I used the simple past for that, right? Simple past, yeah. And then for the next, how many years is this? Is that 1985 or 86 there? All right. For the next 6 years, figures vacillated slightly. So simple pass again, guys. Slightly. At around the said range. However, from that point onwards, leatherback turtles had displayed healthier numbers, rocketing to there around 140 there. That's, do you see that 140? And then I will just jump all the way to the end there. And succeedingly, what? And succeeding years, there is such a word as succeedingly. Okay, succeeding years till the end of the survey had seen a healthy stability in this range. Okay, and then green turtles. Oh, there you see there are numbers here, guys. So I was almost caught by the, oh my God, what's this? What does this mean? 15, 38, 111, and 20. So 19 plus 38, that's 58 plus 20, 78. What's happening? I don't understand. So this is a problem, guys. How do we interpret that? Why does it say 19? 38. Does it explain? We don't understand that 20, 38. And what's this 19? That's so vague. All right. Let's just choose to ignore that, guys. I don't know what that's talking about. Okay, there. All right. Meanwhile, there. What's the next one? All right. We are in the overview. Where are we? Where are we? We're here. We're here. All right. All right. In details, I've seen a healthy stability in the range. Okay. Then we're now proceeding to green turtles. Green turtles witnessed the same stability, albeit at lower ranges there. So we will just put a range from around 100 to 110. From around 100 to 110 turtles. Okay. And then this figure was there, similar there, approximate to the average of all species taken into account there. All right. And then let's now end with olive green turtles. Olive ridley turtles there. So what happened? What happened to these turtles? Okay. All right. So I will mention that it saw a promising incline. However, it was soon followed by a massive drop. Okay. Olive ridley turtles initially displayed the same positive trends, but by what year was that? 1988. There had been massive drops in number. And this trend continued well into the new millennium. Well into the new millennium. Plateauing at a dismal 50 to 60 turtles. There, that's it. That's the end of the essay. All right. And I don't want to take too long with that because, she's just a third of the grade. So we will accept that as our entry. So hopefully we only had consumed 20 minutes. There, let's just fix the formatting there. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make this slightly smaller so that it won't take too much space. Any questions, guys? Are there any questions? There. All right. So how many words did that take me? That took me around, how many words was that? 257 words. Okay. So what's conducted is the passive voice with the survey commencing from 19. Overall, 2 species had displayed. So had displayed is the perfect tense there. So I think I am happy with the tensing. There is a range, right? A range of tensing, grammatical range, comparing with the average of all turtles surveyed. Simple pass. However, with the same baseline capacity, it's evident that olive ridley turtles, okay, had shown. So past perfect tense. All species began. So that's the simple past. Do you follow? For the next 6 years, figures vacillated slightly at around the said range. However, from that point onwards, leatherback turtles had displayed their healthier numbers, rocketing to around 140 succeeding years. till the end of the survey had seen past perfect a healthy stability in this range. Green turtles witnessed the same stability, albeit at lower ranges from around 100 to 110 turtles. This figure was approximate to the average of all species taken into account. Olive ridley turtles initially displayed the same positive trends, but by 19 displayed so simple pass there. But by 1980, there had been, that is the past perfect, massive drops in number, and this trend continued well into the new millennium, plateauing at a dismal 50 to 60 turtles. Oh, that's so sad. Save the turtles, man. Okay, any questions? Let's check the time. So there, it took us exactly 20 minutes there. So we still have 40 minutes left for the task 2. Any questions? Let's stop the time. Is there a question? Is there a question? No questions? Are you sure? Wait, where's my coffee? Oh, there it is. I found my coffee. All right, so let's proceed with the task 2. Okay, young people are strongly influenced by fashion, such as clothing and hairstyle. Is it a positive or negative development? So, what I'm gonna do here, guys, is going to be the A2. So first, I will expound, expand, explain, and elaborate all of that. I'm not much into clothing, so I don't know how can I exemplify this. Short shorts, backpack shorts. And then hairstyle. What kind of hairstyles are we referring to? Like the balayage or the what? The wait. I'm already outlining actually. So we're doing the outlines. So there, let's fix the paragraphing. There. So young people are strongly influenced by fashion there. And then I don't even know what they watch. So clothing, I will mention what? Short shorts. It would have been good if I had a number of really good, more skin. What else? Help me, guys. Halter tops. And what do you call that? Like when you see the belly button, what do you call that kind of shirt?
Crop top.
Crop tops. There. And then what else? And then, gosh, this is not my specialty, hairstyles. So lots of highlighting. Am I spelling it correctly? Hair coloring. Also hard to be a girl. Why am I giving examples on girls? Hair coloring, and then like layered. What else? The balayage. Stuff like that. And then the influence part. So gosh. I don't even know what to say. Influence. So we will mention social media influencers.
K-pop. K-pop idols.
Yeah. K-pop, yeah. Such as the celebrities. We can also cite the K-pop phenomenon. There. Okay. What if I colored my hair red? Is that okay? I want to color my hair red. Then influenced by fashion. social media, and then various applications like Insta, YouTube, and the like. Okay, that's it. And then we're now going into, so I think I've covered it. Oh, I haven't talked about why they are so strongly influenced. Do you see that, guys? Why? So because young people mm, are naturally counter cultural, right? And non-conformist. There. They are perpetually searching for their true identity. And then that's it. Strongly influenced. And then since we mentioned older people, then young people, then we should now compare it with older people. On the other hand, are more secure and have a stronger sense of self. There. And there are thereby less easy to influence. There. Okay. So now we're going into the positive. Okay, positive. And then what I'm gonna do is after outlining all the positives, I'm gonna cross over the kill the positives with the negative. Oh, all right. I have an idea on what to argue here. So positive is mm, um, they find a niche that they can fit into there. Mm, they are able to express their unique identity there. What else? They develop good artistry and creativity there. I think that's good enough. Is there any other positive that you can think of, guys? But before I go on, guys, if you notice, the outline is so important because the power of your essay depends on the power of your bullets. So I really recommend that you outline so that you can come up with really strong arguments. So like this one is critical, the positive effects. They find a niche that they can fit in. They're able to express their unique. They develop good artistry and creativity. What else? Mm, Anyway, then I'm now gonna kill those there. So I will kill all of these there. Unbeknownst. Unbeknownst. What? Unbeknownst. Knows. What? How do you spell that word? I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna cheat. Here, let's check the spelling. What? Mm, F7. I'm cheating. I'm cheating. I'm cheating. Can you correct that for me, editor score? There. Oh, knownst. Unbeknownst. There. I cheated by way. Okay. Unbeknownst to the younger generation. There. So they are being manipulated by forces in the fashion industry. There. And by corollary influences there, such as celebrities and even app developers. There, okay. Mhm. These forces, I want to make sure I'm killing these arguments here, guys. These forces capitalize on the propensity of the young to desire belonging to a certain clique. There. All right. And then what about being able to express? Ayun. I will kill this argument, guys. I will kill that argument. In effect, though mm, initially believing in their uniqueness, they actually are being indoctrinated into certain fashion clones. There. And then they develop good artistry and creativity. So I will kill that argument by saying that likewise, they are hardly practicing any artistic or creative strains, knowing that they simply resort to copying trends. There. All right. So I feel like I have killed these three arguments. They're dead. And so remember, whenever you inject a negative, wait, remember, is it a positive or a negative development? So the conjunction is or. So that means by its very definition, you have the option not to discuss the negative. But since I decided to discuss the negative, then that complicated the essay further because remember, you are now obligated to resolve the problem. Damn. So the kill is not enough. So we gotta go into the problem solver. There. Okay, so do you follow? That's how it is, guys. So all of this became a problem because we went into the negative there. So it's a choice that you make. So would you want to go A1 or do you want to go into the A2? Since you went into the A2, then you must know that once you go into the A2, then subconsciously, inadvertently, you might be injecting problems, which now necessitates a problem solver. Damn. Okay. So, there. Panindigan na natin to, guys. No? So, in order to avoid these ill effects, then what do we recommend? Ayan. Influencers should empower their followers. Never dictate. All right. And then what else? Ayan. There. In effect, young people will now truly learn how to develop unique artistry, stuff like that, and creativity in outputs that they can now truly call their own. There. That's it. That's the essay. So let's now put all of that into writing. All right. See, so we now have the outline. So all we gotta do is to copy paste there. So let's now make this essay. Mhm. Wait, I will begin with the introduction. So the introduction is merely a rephrasing of the question prompt. So I'm gonna just copy paste the question prompt here. Uh, Maybe we should ask guys if we can copy paste in the essay there. But remember, the question prompt is on the left side of the screen, so you can see it all the time, right? Okay. So introduction there. Essay proper here. Hey, so introduction is fashion is one of the most powerful industries globally, and its influence will continue to rear its ugly head. Mm, for years on end, particularly on young people. There. Um, this is manifested in clothing. Uy, I forgot, guys. Oh. So we need to inject here. They're manipulated app developers in order to gain profit from the young one's gullibility. There, we forgot to mention that. There, we're just making money off you. There, this is manifested in clothing, hairstyles, and the like. Because of this, the question now has to be begged. Should society consider this worrisome or merely a innocent fancy that harms no one there? So that's the introduction, guys. And then there, we can now leave that there. Let's now delete this. Then we will now go into this. I'll just copy paste this, guys, so that I don't have to keep scrolling there. Okay. There. There. Okay. To begin with, indeed, the youth are the drivers of fashion trends as expressed in their looks and attires. There. From there, we're now going into examples. From short shorts, revealing more skin, with halter tops. Is there anything else I should mention? Crop tops. What? And more daring attire. Complemented by radical hairstyles there was a time when nobody ever colored their hair. It's so nice to see so many different hair colors nowadays, right? Complemented by radical hairstyles with differing hair color and cutting edge looks, such as the layered cut or the expensive balayage style. There, can you imagine what a long sentence that is, guys? Really complex. And now I'm going into the point of the sentence. All of these are really just relative clauses. So I'm now going into the independent clause or the main clause. It is always the youth that lead the way as regards to this counter culture. There, all right. And then partly or thoroughly, the reasons can be isolated to the influence of social media and the pull of celebrity and various influencers there. K-pop is a supreme example of how previously unaccepted norms have radically been transformed through the power of the internet and celebrities, such as BTS and Blackpink. What a nice name Blackpink is, isn't it? Do I capitalize the P in Blackpink? Maybe we should find out. We're cheating. Black pink. Oh, we do not. It's one word, guys. Blackpink. Here. Let's kill this love. Corollary to all these is how web developers have empowered such influencers through the popularity of programs such as Instagram. Instagram right now is under hot water for all of its negative influences on the youth. And YouTube there. So we have covered that, guys. There. Then we're now going into the why. Apparently, all this is owing to the natural propensity of young people to stand out from the culture of their elders. Their non-conformity is viewed as sexy. There. And then in doing so, young people are able to find some form of identity. Whereas the older generation can be said to have already found themselves being more secure in who they are and thereby being less gullible to trends. There, all right. That's a long first body paragraph. Okay, that's it. And then we're now going into the positives. So let's just copy paste this one. They find a niche that they can fit into. Okay, there. Positives there. Let's kill this love. Mm-hmm. In a sense, the ongoing youth revolution does help them establish their unique niche in a complex society. There. This helps their self-esteem, and they inadvertently develop a strong identity at an early age while developing good artistry and creativity at the same time. There. Okay, we're moving on. It's so easy when you have the outline. Notwithstanding, ill effects can emanate from such. Okay, so we're going to the ill effects. We have the outline there, unbeknownst. Unbeknownst. Ooh, I love that word. Unbeknownst. Ooh, let's use that in speaking. Unbeknownst to the youth, it can be said that they are consciously being manipulated by various forces in the fashion industry, as well as its corollary influences there, such as those of celebrities and app developers, in order to gain profit from the young ones' gullibility. Gullibility there. Fashion, as it is said, is nothing but a retinue of powerful people who dictate what or what not to wear there. Realizing how easy it is to convince young minds, they capitalize on youth insecurity and the eagerness to belong to a certain clique. There. Then we're now going. In doing so, this all belies the idea that fashion develops unique identity as well as artistry and creativity. Yeah, in the end, No such manifestations can happen when all the youth do is to copy there. All right. Oh, there are more arguments here. There. Ooh, I want to use that word indoctrinated. There. Being indoctrinated into fashion clones. There. And then let's copy paste this one. They are hardly practicing any artistic or creative strains now. Is simply oh, okay. Mm, then no, when all they used to do is to wait. I wanna insert that. That's the beauty of computer delivered, guys. So easy to insert. Prevented from practicing any artistic or creative streaks that should have been being here ultimately indoctrinated into fashion clones. That's another way of looking at it, guys. Here, it's another way of looking at it. There, all of those ill effects. So yeah, in a way, fashion is really a group of powerful people who just tell us what to wear and what not to wear. Here. So if Louis Vuitton says that their bag is beautiful, then everybody says it's beautiful because that's what Louis Vuitton said. There. All right. Then we're now going to the problem solver. There. Okay, what happened? What happened? Where did it go? Ooh, it wasn't copied. We'll copy paste that down here. There. Okay. Those in the know, therefore, have the responsibility to correct such ill effects. There. Parents, teachers, and guardians should truly open eyes, making the young ones realize. There's a word in my head that I can't remember. It's coming. Insidious machinations of powerful people. They're insidious. Then pressure should be imposed on influencers, not to dictate on the young ones, but to empower them to make their own choices. There. All right. Okay. Then I'll just inject that here. Encouraging them to let their artistry and creativity bloom on their own without any what's another word for outside? External intervention. Only then can the fashion industry grow. There. All right. And then we are now going into the conclusion. So we will just say that there are positive effects and there are also negative effects. And therefore, this is what we should do. There. That's it. That's the conclusion. In the end, as in any aspect of societal status quo, mm, positive and negative influences to exist. The key is in mm, educating oneself in order to avoid being a product of malevolent mm, um, constructs. Yeah, that's it. That's my conclusion. Any questions? So that's the essay, guys. Okay, so how many words did that take me? Let's save it before we lose it. Oh, this is a long essay. Look at that first body paragraph, so long. Mhm. There. Maybe we shouldn't wear clothes. Maybe we should just go out naked. What's wrong with that? Right? That's cheaper, 560 words, guys. Right? Yeah, fuck fashion. All right. Okay. Yeah, like whoever planted the idea of fashion, Adam and Eve were happy in Eden there. All right. I like how I constructed this sentence. From short shorts revealing more skin with halter tops, crop tops, and modern attire, complemented by radical hairstyles with differing hair color and cutting edge looks, such as the layered cut or the expensive balayage style. It is always the youth that lead the way. Should there be an S there as regards to this counterculture? There. There, that's a really complex sentence. There. Partly or thoroughly, the reasons can be isolated to the influence of social media and the pull of celebrity and the various influencers. K-pop is a supreme example of how previously unacceptable. Wait. Let me check the time. How much time do we have? We still have 4 minutes. Mm, such as beat corollary to all this is how we have developed self-powered such into the okay. Apparently, all of this is owing to the natural propensity of young people to stand out from the culture of their elders. Non-conformity is viewed as sexy. In doing so, young people are able to find some form of identity where the older generation can be said to have already found themselves being more secure in who they are and therefore being less gullible to trends there. Uh, since I have like 4 minutes left, I just want to go back to the question prompt. So making sure, yeah, I did emphasize young people, strongly influenced. I did explain why, right? I explained the why of that, right? Yeah, covered. Then we talked about fashion and hairstyle. Yeah, is it a positive or negative development? I'm happy with my essay. There. Mhm. Okay. In a sense, the ongoing youth revolution has helped them to establish their unique niche in a complex society. This helps their self-esteem and inadvertently develop a strong identity at an early age while developing good artistry and creativity at the same time. Here's the kill, murderer. Notwithstanding, ill effects can emanate from such. Unbeknownst to the youth, it can be said that they are consciously being manipulated by various forces in the fashion as well as corollary influences such as those of celebrities and app developers in order to gain profit from the young one's gullibility. Fashion, as it is said, is nothing but a retinue of powerful people who dictate what or what not to wear. Realizing how easy it is to convince young minds they capitalize on youth insecurity and the eagerness to belong to a certain clique. In doing so, this all belies the idea that fashion develops unique identity as well as artistry and creativity. In the end, no such manifestations can happen when all the youth do is to copy, prevented from practicing any artistic or creative streaks, being ultimately indoctrinated into fashion clones. Those in the know therefore have the responsibility to correct such ill effects. Parents, teachers, and guardians should duly open eyes, making the young ones realize the insidious machinations of powerful people. I love that. I was trying to think of that phrase, and it's a good thing I remembered it. Pressure should be imposed on influence not to dictate in the young, but to empower them to make their own choices, encouraging them to let their artistry and creativity bloom on their own without any external intervention. Only then can the fashion industry grow. In the end, as in any aspect of societal status quo, positive and negative influences do exist. The key is in educating oneself in order to avoid being a product of malevolent constructs. All right, guys, that's it. I am ready to submit. 40 seconds. Fun, fun, fun. I had fun. So this is the A2 style. Wait, I'm gonna stop the clock already. And I will stop the recording.